I'm Jonathan Jaffee, and I'm going to be teaching business law, which is Thursday nights in Module 2. It's Management 584. This is the second time I've taught it. And basically, the course is pretty much a greatest hits. We have 7 weeks, so it's pretty much a greatest hits of business law, sort of legal issues that affect business enterprises. It could pertain to nonprofits and sort of other organizations like that. And basically, we really focus, because only in 7 weeks, we focus on sort of the core issues, which are contracts, employment law, ethics, sort of forms of business organization, whether you do a partnership or incorporate, and intellectual property, where we spend a couple weeks on, and then torts. And so basically, there's sort of 3 elements that I try to sort of get out of this course. One of which is just sort of a deeper knowledge of these legal topics that you might have had before. A second thing, and that's obviously the main element. The second thing is also to get a sense of sort of legal reasoning techniques and analysis, where you sort of think like a lawyer or think like a judge. So you have a legal issue that hits a company, and it isn't simply sort of profits and losses. It's whether can we really litigate this successfully or not. And then it requires sort of a knowledge of the law and sort of a pragmatism about whether it'll have a successful ending or not. So there's that element, and then, like I said, the third part of the course is really sort of the pragmatic use of the law, which a lot of these cases, one of the cases involves the United States Gypsum as they're being sued for asbestos litigation issues, and the company's very profitable and successful with the litigations driving it down. Should it try to litigate these issues case by case? Should it try to come to some global settlement if they can? What should they do? And those are the issues that we sort of grapple with. But I should say I've sort of jumped ahead a little bit. We also just do a lot of case law. And it has sort of elements of a classic first-year, second-year law class where we sort of do cases and we really try to find out why the court decided what it did, sometimes seemingly erroneously. So course materials, we basically have 2 types of course materials. We have a classic business law textbook, which I do textbooks in a lot of my other classes, and I think it's the only one I like. It's really a great textbook. It's written by a woman who did business law at Harvard Law School, or Harvard Business School, so she's a real business school person. She's now at the Yale School of Management. Her name's Connie Bagley. And so it's a very sort of business student-friendly textbook. Everybody seemed to like it a lot last semester. And then we do a whole bunch of actually Harvard Business School cases that are focused on business law issues. One of them is on Exit and Kid, which is about the stealing of a safety ladder, a trade secret case. There's Priceline, and there's a patent issue. BitTorrent, which is sort of copyright issue. US Gypsum, which is real sort of litigation tort issue. So my background, just in brief, is I'm a former lawyer. I have a law degree. But I'm also a business school professor and have a PhD in business administration. And where my sort of bread and butter has been business schools, and I teach strategy. So I come from pretty much a business school style of teaching, but it's on legal issues. And that's sort of where I come from. Okay, course requirements. Basically there's sort of 3 elements to it. There's class participation. There's a take-home final, which is basically a Harvard Business School case where I ask you questions on it. It's very similar to the HBS cases that we do in class. And then the last element is a group project where you pretty much pick any legal issue that intrigues you. Past ones have been the Gulf of Mexico oil spill, the Walmart class action, basically how to stay out of trouble is an intriguing one about basically all the troubles employers can get in terms of in California employment law. But it's really up to you. I had a group that did the whole Facebook, the Winklevosses suing Zuckerberg, whether that was going to happen or not. So, but the Walmart case was done by the class before it was actually decided by the U.S. Supreme Court, or before they decided not to take it. So that was interesting. That's all. That is my background. I've been here since spring of 2010, and like I said, I teach strategy, organizations, and business law. I'm a member of the LA California Bar. I know that in large part because I owe them about 25 hours of continuing legal education by February 1st. So those on the second floor will be hearing it in my office, and that's it.